Hey guys, good morning. It's Darren from Jace Media on this really damp and horrible Saturday morning in Glasgow. And this morning I am joined with new, what would I call you guys? Melodic rock? Is that a fair assumption?
We call it story metal.
There you go. I am now corrected, Olaf. So we are now joined by story metal band from Sweden, Pressure. Good morning. How are we all?
Really great, thank you.
Thank you so much for coming on. Good morning, Ollie. Good morning, Simon. Thank you so much for coming on. So, how has life been treating you during the pandemic? Obviously, Ollie, you are now the newest recruit to the story metal band. How has life been treating you?
Yeah, Ollie, you can starting answering.
Well, I just joined the band, and as for me, without a band, it was horrible during the pandemic. It's just, oh my God, no job for a musician, for a singer. But as for band, since I joined it in August, I think, it's been pretty good. Guys told me that Sweden is open up for meetings and concerts, and I think it's gonna be good soon.
Yes, Glasgow or Scotland has only started opening up in the last probably 2 weeks. I went through to Edinburgh to see a band in Bannerman's in Edinburgh, the first band to play from America since COVID.
Right.
Yeah. And they came across a band called the Mercury Riots. They're made up from members of Bullets and Octane from way back in the day. And they just wanted to come and hang out. But when the gig started, there was only 17 people at the show.
All right.
It's incredible. You kind of think that people would be wanting to get in, and surround themselves with live music. But the boys, let me tell you, the boys had a blast. They came off and they were hugging everyone and just, so happy to be there.
Yeah.
And I went down to Glasgow. There's a little Scottish band called Mason Hill, a little metal band, and there was 700 people at it.
Yeah.
Mega busy. And then on Wednesday night there, I was doing a band called Inglorious. You've heard of those guys. 250,
Yeah.
So I think people are still a wee bit dubious about going out to shows. But I think once you're there, you get into the full swing of it, So it's nice to be back.
Yeah. Well, let's hope it will last as well.
Yeah, that's the thing, isn't it? So what's your guys' timeline? Are you starting to do gigs in Sweden? Are you starting to get out and about?
Our timeline, we actually, since Ollie's just joined the band and we have a new concept that we're working on, we think to get everything right, we will have our first gig in January, in the end of January, to set everything right, because we know the songs and we can play them. That's not the problem, but we want to put together the show so it will be a kick-ass show.
What is the concept, Billy? What can we look forward to when Pressure step out onto the stage? What's gonna blow people's minds when you guys walk onto the stage? This is your chance to sell Pressure, tell people what it's all about, tell us what we can expect, and then when you come and start, so January, I take it that's the start of your world tour, which is going to come to Glasgow on the first date, and then you're going to go somewhere else. No, is that what's going to happen? Is that what you're
the first gig will actually be in Sweden, Stockholm, and then after that we will see where it takes us. But to sell the band and the concept Pressure, there's no one better to explain it than Simon, and he's going to talk until your ears are bleeding. And if he misses something that I don't think he will, we will add something on. But Simon, it's all yours. I know you're waiting for it.
Simon,
Okay,
the floor is yours, Simon.
Yeah.
wait, that was yeah. Okay, no pressure here, Olof. Thank you.
Yeah.
All right. No, what can you expect and what's different about Pressure? Well, Pressure is all about we combine classic storytelling with the hard and heavy riffs of every style of metal that you can imagine, because all our songs are based upon true stories that we have experienced ourselves. I mean, I have written most of the songs, and Ollie has started to throw in a couple of the stories now as she joined. But I collect stories. I collect life stories. I go out there. I experience a lot of things. The guys know me that by night I take long walks and throw myself into every situation I can possibly see. And just between you and me, that have put me in some kind of bad situations sometimes, and bad choices.
Simon,
but
sorry to butt in. So the storytelling from you about Femi Tre must be about you cruising the bars at 2:55 a.m. Am I right?
You never know. But I can tell you as much as I've been a touring musician since a little bit around 2008, and I have seen these guys and girls at almost every show. When you have played your last song and you're loading in, and you hear all these great pickup lines. Well, not so great actually, but it's really fun. I've seen them all. I know them all, and we all know one of those people. So I will not
And
say.
if we don't, it's you yourself. If you don't know the person, it's you.
It's you. The basic thing is that we tell stories with our music, and what differs us from other bands is that we always start with the lyric and then choose the musical style, the genre, the what fits the story. So one song can be melodic rock song, next can be a thrash metal song, next can be a power metal song, next can be a kind of hair metal song or whatever. So we choose the style of the song according to the story of the song, not chasing a precious sound. We are chasing the way of telling a story. So that's what you can expect when you come to a Pressure show. You can expect to each song to have the perfect mood to tell just that story that we are going to tell you.
I guess though, from Femi Tre, I when I've been looking at the singles and listening to them, they've been getting a little bit darker. You know, they've came from the kind of cool, let's try and pick up someone at 2 to 3 in the morning, and as you've came in with the singles each month, I think the mood's got a little bit heavier, a little bit darker. And you can correct me if I'm wrong, but I think that, you know, as you went from the kind of fun first single, Femi Tre, and then you've moved on to Am I Too Old, there is a storyline unfolding there.
Yeah, they are not connected. They tell a story by themselves. Actually, the song for Femi Tre is a standalone song. It's a satirical song. The Am I Too Old song is much more. As you say, it's a deep meaning of a song, because we all, as we grow older and we see lives in like a middle-age crisis, or like in those kind of things, you see yourself and wonder, what if I did that? What I cannot do that now. I would love to do this, but well, I don't have the time. I don't dare. I don't know what to do. And you stand there, and time passes, and and then you say, oh, now I'm even older, and now I cannot do this even less, and suddenly you are standing alone and watching yourself alone tombstone in the end because you didn't dare to do life. So the meaning behind "Am I too old?" for me would be that you are never too old, but you will always question. You will always raise questions about how to be, how to dare, how to do it. And if you connect that, you have to dare to. How could you experience life if you don't dare to live life? You don't know. You never know what it will take. You know, okay, if I start practicing let me say something. If I should start practicing Formula One driving today, I will probably never ever drive a Formula One car in a race in Monaco. No. But it will take me strange new places. I will get to drive fast cars. I will meet new people. I will get so many experiences that I would have been if I just don't stop with, no, I'm too old to do this.
Absolutely. Yeah, I think you're absolutely right. We're both, everyone's getting on, but I guess it's good to try new things, to experience life, and I think you're absolutely right. You know, I'm 54, Simon. I know I don't look it, and I'm expecting Ollie to come in and say, "My God, you don't look a day over 35." But I don't know if that's going to happen. I don't know if that's going to happen, Olaf. But you know, I've been very lucky. You know, I've travelled the world. I've looked after bands, you know, I've been a bodyguard, I've got injured, you know, I've had multiple work accidents, you know, and I do the viewing for a living and I love it, you know, and I guess the fun part for me is doing this with you guys, getting to know Pressure, you know, getting to know what makes you move, what makes you think, and just getting to know people from another part of the world. And this is the greatest part of my job. And as you know, Scottish people like to talk. You know, we like to talk and we like to drink. So that's a very good combination, you know. So it's nice when you come on and you have, you know, bands and you have individual artists who like to chat, you know, and give me that insight into them. We'll obviously move on to Ollie in a minute because obviously she's sitting there patiently waiting to tell us her story. Simon's had enough air. He has to go and have a rest. You have to chill out. So, Ollie, let me come to you.
Oh, okay.
So, what's your story? Where did you come from? Why did you join Pressure? What's your background? Fill us in. The people want to know.
Okay, here I am. So, since 18, I started to sing when I entered the university. And since then, I never stopped. Actually, even during the pandemic, I found out some ways to sing. So I attended a lot of music bands, mostly cover bands. I got couple of contracts abroad, but you know, my soul always wanted to be part of a really hard rock metal band, something like that. But you know that I currently live in Belarus. I'm not with guys together yet. I hope so. We will meet. So in our country, it's quite complicated to, you know, join a really good band, to get famous, to get heard. So I don't know, it was just my dream. And I accidentally saw an ad on Facebook that some cool metal guys are looking for a female singer. And I just texted and they replied. I actually didn't expect that. And after a very, very long audition, I just got an email from Simon that they want me. And that was just an amazing feeling for me. So
Fantastic.
now I just they make me feel like I'm a perfect match for the band, and I feel like that too.
That's obviously that must be a great sense of achievement, that that you've came together and there is a natural fit. You guys will feel that the connection, which is really good, because sometimes it takes a bit of time to settle in and get the right the right range and the right vocal and the right story. So it must be a nice feeling that you auditioned, got the gig, and now you're making music with a storytelling metal band from Sweden.
Yeah.
So it must be good. Olaf, come in, talk to me.
Yeah, what do you want to know?
You're now front and center. What's your story? Where did you come from? What's your background?
Yeah, well, my story is I found out pretty late that I wanted to sing. I think I was about 25 or 28 years old when I figured out that it would be nice to be able to play the guitar. I'm a baker as a profession, and I was in the bakery working with one of my colleagues, and they said, well, wouldn't it be nice to be able to play guitar? We were going out and travel, and we said, it would be nice to have a guitar at the beach and play something. That sounds great. So same day I went away and bought a guitar and a chord book to try to play this guitar. And I realized pretty fast that I will never be a good guitar player.
It's
Never.
It's
ever.
not you.
Yeah. So I thought, all right, I have to start singing to the guitars. I can do the chords, but I will not be able to play really good. And that was actually the first time I started to sing. And to hear your own voice started singing when you're that old, it's a little bit strange in the beginning. But I thought, well, how hard could it be? So I started taking singing lessons. And that's when I found out that I wanted to sing. So I played guitar by myself and singing in my apartment. And after a few years, I thought I would like to find a band. So I found a cover band, and we did a few gigs with weddings, birthday parties, and that kinds of gigs. And it was really, really nice. I enjoyed it really much. And we played together for a few years, and then we split up, unfortunately. And then I became a father of 2 children. So then we said that, all right, it's I have a little bit pause with a band thing, even though I really wanted to, but the children are really important as well. So I had a little break for maybe 2 years, something like that. And then my wife told me, all right, maybe it's time for you to
get out of the house,
to find a band. And I think the same day I started looking for ads. And I think I played in 2 or 3 bands after that, but not for very long. And then I found the ad from Simon and Emil. And they at that time, Pressure was not the Pressure it's today. At that time, they were Crow Show. And what they did was they have been so tired of playing cover gigs, especially Simon. So he took all of these hot songs that they did for cover and made them hard rock or metal. And he translated the lyrics into Swedish, but not as the meaning of the song at all. So a song about love, it was maybe about killing somebody. So he translated it and changed it to totally different things, but still with stories from his life, and not killing anybody because you haven't killed one. So that's maybe a bad example, but
don't
just
kill
to
anyone,
know
Simon. Don't kill anyone, Simon. It's not good. You don't want to be doing that.
Good story.
Don't kill anyone.
Yeah, but so when I came there, I was actually in for playing covers, and we played together, and I came home that evening, and my wife asked me, "All right, how did it go?" And I said, "Actually, I have no idea, because this is one of the most strange things that I've been going through. The music was great, and they're great musicians, but what just happened? I have no idea. It's I recognize the song, but I don't recognize the lyrics. I don't recognize some of the riffs. Everything is so I had to sort my feelings. So I fell asleep, woke up in the morning, and she said, "Well, have you slept on it?" And I said, "Yeah." "And what you gonna do?" "Well, this could probably be the best thing in my life or the most strange thing. And then why take a chance? So let's go for it 100%. So I told Emil and Simon that I wanted to join them. And I think they had some more rehearsals that they were going to do. But a week after that, they called me and told me that, "All right, if you want in, you're in." And then we started working with all of this. It was still covers at that time.
Yeah.
And we started to question a little bit about the band name, because all of our songs, not all, but almost all of our songs, is about different kinds of pressure. And almost all of our songs, you can interpret them in two different ways, a good way or a bad way, depending on what you have in your own storage when you listen to the songs. And that's a theme. That's why we call us pressure, because it's a lot about different kinds of pressure. Could be good, could be bad. It depending on who gets the pressure. And when we have played the songs for a while and we've said, "All right, now it's time to go out and gig, shouldn't we record some of them to Spotify to be able to show people what we're doing?" Because it's a little bit hard to explain to people, "All right, we are doing songs that sounds almost like the original, but not at all." It's easier to just show them, "This is what we do." So we started to record one of the songs, and when we started to record that one, Simon said, "But this riff, it's actually pretty boring. I will rewrite it so it's nothing like the original." So he rewrote the riff, and then we rewrote the melody, and then we changed the tune, and we changed the speed, the BPM of the song. And I started singing it in a totally different way, because in the beginning I tried to sing a little bit like the original artist, but then we took that away, and I sang with my
own take on it.
Yeah, with my Scandinavian dialect, because I'm from the south of Sweden, so I have a totally different dialect than in Stockholm, where I live now. But I started singing in my own dialect, and suddenly it was me singing, not me trying to sing as somebody else.
As someone else.
And when we recorded that song, we thought, this is the best thing we ever done. This is the best thing we got. So then we questioned all of our other songs, and we started to rearrange them. And sometimes we only kept the lyrics, nothing else. We rearranged, and then we had to, of course, change the lyrics as well to fit the new riffs, to fit everything.
Yeah.
And in the middle of that, the pandemic hit us. We were ready to go out and play, but the pandemic hit. So then we really worked hard to find our sound. We like Simon said, we don't have a sound that's all the songs sounds really similar, but there is anyway some kind of a red thread in our songs, I think. And when you started walking that path, my goal wasn't to write own music and that in the beginning, but when you started walking that path, it's really hard to go back to the other thing. Now we can't do anything without changing it. If we got a request, could you do a cover for this? We have some requests for that sometimes, for people that have a birthday party or recovering from a hard illness. We always try to do the song a little bit our own. We do it that pressure way.
Maybe you have to write a song about me. Oh, I'm recovering from my third heart attack. So maybe you and Simon can get together, record a song about me, and then it'll be a worldwide smash. And then when you start your world tour in Glasgow, you come to Scotland, then you can introduce me and say, this song is about Darren from Jace Media. The poor dude has had his third heart attack, and this song's about him. So I think that gives you and Simon something to work on.
Yeah, definitely. I think Simon will interview you for many hours, and then he has a lot of material to write a new life story. What do you think, Simon?
Yeah, a good thing that I want to clarify is that we are not a cover band. It was really early in the process where we stopped using others' music as a base. It was the first song that we did. We rewrote everything and we spoiled it. But after that, we didn't keep any of the cover songs. We wrote everything ourselves. We didn't use other music. We are not rewriting, rearranging. We are writing our own stuff. So that's where Olof perhaps said something strange here. But okay, the my background is I started much earlier than these guys. I started to play guitar when I was 6 years old, and it stuck with me since then. I am a full-time musician. I am playing around 6 to 10 hours a day. I have always too few instruments. I only have 27 guitars.
Only 27, Simon. That's not bad, is it?
Yeah, that's too few. You always need one more. I usually tell people that I have a guitar in every room, sometimes even more, and I have a lot of things that I carry around on my walls. I even have a guitar in my bathroom. You never know when the inspiration struck you, you know.
Absolutely. When you're sitting on the pan, Simon, it might come to you and you think, I need to grab my guitar and strum out a few tunes. Absolutely.
Yeah. I even brought a guitar into a sauna once, but that was not a good idea because the wood wasn't well affected.
Absolutely.
And I must say one thing is that I know you have an advantage over me, as you said, if you want me to write something for you.
Yes.
Because one of my weaknesses, my real weaknesses, is a real Scottish whiskey.
There's loads in Scotland. There's maybe 24 pubs in Glasgow who have probably about 150 to 180 whiskies from around the world, Simon. So when you come
I
to
love
Scotland,
the single malts from Isle, everything from Bowmore to Lafroig to Lagavulin, Kaula, all of this. So I would say that if you give me a good glass of whiskey, I'll do anything.
Yeah, listen, I'm sure we can sort that out. I don't think that'll be a problem, Simon. I think we can get that for you. So you can write a kick-ass tune for the guy from Jace Media. I think that'd be a great idea. Now, the video that we're doing today, it goes to America, it goes to Australia, it goes to Europe, and I have about 180,000 subscribers every month to my website. So this is the time for Ollie to come in to sell herself, tell us what she's all about, tell her how good Pressure is, tell us what we can expect next year, the album, touring, coming to Scotland. So you have a couple of minutes, Ollie. Come in, sell yourself, tell us about Pressure.
Well, I'm sorry, but I think I'm not the best person to describe everything that you asked for. I think I'll pass it to Simon.
To me, well, okay. All right. What we can expect. Pressure is doing a new album in 2022, and it will be all about relations, different kind of relations, everything, not only, if you think of relations, you automatically think about love relations, but here can it be parental relations, friend relations, work relations, any kind of relations that you will see, and it will be a conceptual album where you can follow a kind of relation, how it develops, and it takes different kind of stages. You can it will handle different subjects, everything from coherence to how to sever your strings. Severed strings always attached to a broken heart, you can say. And Pressure will give you a fantastic show where we combine storytelling, video, visuals, and different kind of effects with the raw energy of the metal music. And you will always expect us to give a 120% each show, because each show is different. We never do the same show twice. As every musician on Pressure will testify to this, but if I tell you from a lead guitarist perspective, you will never ever hear me do one guitar solo the same way on one concert or one album. I never, and this is a hard pass to all my guitarists, lead guitarists out there. There are many star guitarists playing, and they written so great solos, but they keep repeating them. I mean, can't you do something original? No one wants to hear the same solo for the 350th time. You want to do something new. And as a guitarist, I challenge all my guitar fellows out there, do an improvisation and show us how good you are, not how good you were 10 years ago. Everyone can play the same thing, but you are not feeling the same thing. So do as I do, always improvise, always show your true feelings, and that you will be expecting from Pressure.
Excellent. I am looking forward to the concept album. The singles that I've reviewed, as I say, there is a story in each one, and I think the Femme Tre was, for me, was a good. It was a good opener. You know, the video was fantastic, and it just you are right, Simon. I think it gives you a life story, you know, as to what you should be doing at night time. Maybe not picking up chicks and dudes in bars at 2:55. But it was a fun, fantastic little video, and I think it's got people interested. You know, I think each review that I've done of your singles has got between 300 and 600 views. People reading the music and kind of my take on what you as a band are all about. You know, so this little video will be interesting because it will give people an insight into Pressure, what they're all about, kind of what people can expect, you know, from them next year. So I must say I've been looking forward to it. The video will go out in a couple of days. As I say, it'll go to America and Australia and Europe. So you have probably about a minute and a half left, so you can sell Pressure. Every one of you can sell the band till we finish. Give it your all. Merch, singles, the works. Coming to Scotland, tell everyone, and then I'll post it out, and then we can see where it goes from there.
Yeah, all right. Well, merch, we have a merch shop, two different, one for Europe and one for US. And the Europe one is spreadshirt.se. And you
can find it on pressure.band, and you will get the right links there, so it's easier to remember that. Pressure.band and merch.
I am waiting for my t-shirt coming from Sam. I think it's coming from America, but it's about 8 weeks ago. I think she must be making it herself. My God.
Yeah, normally it takes a few days. When we order it, it takes a few days. So
yes, please. I said to her, you need to get me a shirt. And about 6-7 weeks ago, she said, what's your size? What's your home address? And that was about 7 weeks ago. So she must be buying the black material, pressing it herself, stitching it together, and then sending it to me, Simon.
I can do that. No problem.
Listen,
it would
guys,
probably be better from
Europe. Yeah, absolutely.
Anyway, from you, so yeah.
Absolutely. Listen, guys, it's been an absolute pleasure. thank you for coming on, sharing your stories, telling us a bit about Pressure, what we can expect. It was a nice pleasure to meet you all. Let's stay in touch. As I say, I did your last review, which was posted out, I think about 2-3 days ago. So
Yeah,
everybody,
great.
I think it's at about 600 views at the moment. So it's doing really well. So thank you so much for your time. Thank you for coming on and giving us a bit about you guys.
Thank you, Darren.
Stay safe, Ollie. Stay safe. A pleasure to meet you. Welcome to the band. And hopefully we will see you all in 2022.
Yeah, that sounds great.
Count on it.
Take care, guys. Stay safe. Be metal. And I'll speak to you soon.
The same to you. Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.